Right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise to our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four winds of the earth. Okay, this will be a little quick hit in the spirit. I'm going to just jump right into it. Ephesians 3 and 13, starting here, it says, "Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory." All right. And, the main thing I want to get out of this is that our inner man, as we going through these tribulations, the tribulations that come with well doing, all right, us remaining diligent, doing what we got to do to remain in the grace of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. For the most part, is tribulation, especially in our minds. We're constantly being bombarded on all levels from Shaitan, all right? And the key thing is to faint not, all right? Because through these tribulations is what's strengthening our inner man. And that's what's going to get us through these times. That's fastly approaching, the inner man. If you're worried about the likes, the comments, like these other guys, like the Apostle Gabar calls Naquam the glorified novice, all right, which he totally mangled 2nd Ezra 11 when he was doing his little breakdown on the mark. He tried to link not Revelation, 2nd Ezra 11 with America. It has nothing to do with America, that whole chapter, all right? The only time you can correlate that being America is when you go down to about I believe it's like the 38th, 39th verse, when Yahweh Shai spoke about, art thou not the fourth beast? Which, Lord will, I got some tabs queued up at the crib when I get back. Go into that. That's neither here nor there right now. But the inner man is what you want to be renewed and strengthened day by day as you go through this thing. So when the real hell comes, when all tribulation and everything is out here, you will remain cool, calm, and collected. All right, you will remain stable while the rest of the world is going to shit. Okay, so I'm gonna read that again. "Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory." All right, and get a couple precepts. All right, Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. And this is why you see brothers doing videos constantly, other brothers more than others, but there's a constant flow of videos, primarily from the men of Great Millstone and the men that follow the likewise doctrine. There's a constant flow of videos to continuously keep you in the grace of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, to keep your faith up, all right? Because it's rough out here. We all know that, all right? We all know bills, inflation, troubles in the flesh. We all are going through something, all right? And at the same time, we all are striving to make it in this thing. We all are striving to be worthy to stand before the Son of Man when the time comes, all right? To get through this tribulation, all right? It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom. And we're going through tribulation right now in our minds. When you look out at the world, even Israelites that's claiming to be a part of this thing, even them, you can see that they're worldly Israelites. You know, they're Israel. They only have a glaze of what this knowledge is truly about. You know, they just they got a covering of it. All right, but their actions show they all about the world. All right, now I shouldn't have to name groups. All right, you should be able to see them at this point. All right. Um, let's get let's go to what was that one I was just looking at? Yeah, this Hebrews chapter 12 um, and 3. And mainly this suffering that we encounter. Who was this dude, man? You gotta watch these people out here, man. Is he been sitting in his whip? These demons is everywhere, you know. But Hebrews 12 and 3, you know, and the laborers, like Paul is saying, like he said in Ephesians the 3rd chapter, the suffering that he go through, all right, is for the glory of the elect, all right. The you know the criticism, the you know, the constant you know, Jake backbiting and on your comment boards talking, you know, like Elder Wamba say, most of the Israelites that come into this thing are surface Israelites. They're really not, you know, a part of the elect, all right? And the proof of it is their actions. You know, they don't understand the intimacy of these scriptures on living them. Because if they truly did understand, behavior would be a lot different in the so-called Israelite community. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing to go through these tribulations. It's a good thing to constantly have, to constantly be, you know, wearied is the wrong word, but to constantly be going through something in your mind, you know, that's a good thing as long as you stand on the straight and narrow, okay? Because that process is renewing your inner man, okay? Hebrews 12 and 3, for consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. And that's what we don't want. We don't want to faint in our minds, all right? Because that's when you lose, all right? And you can see in actions of a lot of these Israelites out here, they fainted in their minds, all right? Listen to what they're talking about, what they're doing. They really not about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This thing, it done got old to them, you know? They tired of catching hell. They tired of this, you know? They want to add the gimmicks and do all this extra that goes with it, okay? So, reading on verse 4, ye have not resisted unto blood, all right? And none of us have done that, all right? None of us have resisted onto, you know, to where our blood is being shed, okay? Remember those things, you know? You remember something like that, you know, that none of us have resisted onto blood, then these little this tribulation that we go through mentally, when the time comes, like I said, when it gets real and get thick to where blood will be being shed, it won't be yours. All right, you're gonna be witnessing a lot of death, but all the tribulation in your mind that you've endured and getting to this state of peace within yourself through Yahweh Shai is gonna be nothing to you. You know, it's gonna be nothing to you. All right. It says, "Ye have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin," and you know, the ultimate test is getting ready to come, the hour of temptation, where you won't be able to operate within society with that C hip. All right, it's not nothing spiritual. It's not any actions that you, the action that's going to be required of you of this B system is to allow them to put a C hip in you. All right. And when you do that, that's when you're done. That's when you're through. Okay. You know, we're striving against sin. All right, mentally. You know, with Yahweh Shai being our covering. You know, that's why this thing is a mental vexation. Okay. Verse 5. "And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him." Okay? Constant rebuke is coming in the spirit, man. From Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Now let me get one more scripture. Okay. And I'm gonna close it. We're going to Second Corinthians, the 4th chapter, and the 15th and 16th verse. It says, "For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many redound to the glory of the Most High." All right, and this is how we want to remain in that abundant grace that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has bestowed upon us. You know, for which cause we faint not. Okay, faint how? In your mind. Though this shouldn't be. You shouldn't get tired of this thing. You know, you got a lot. Like I said, you have a lot of Israelites who are tired of this thing, who are tired of being on the bottom, who are tired of the sufferings. All right. When the Lord told us that we were going to suffer, the Lord told us, "In your patience possess ye your souls." What do you think that means? While you're suffering, maintain your spirit. And how you do that? Through Yahweh Shai. That's the only way. And that's how you know a lot of guys don't have Yahweh Shai within them. All right? They try to maintain their spirit within themselves, but then they start venturing off and doing all this whole other crazy, unnecessary shit, and then trying to marry it with the scriptures. That's not how it go. Now you got your foot in the world. All right, with an Israelite glaze. Okay. Verse 16, "For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish." All right. Our outward man, meaning the physical. You know, we're not popping or whatever the case is. You know, you on the low, you ain't doing much. You know, and one thing Elder Wamba has said in one of his last videos was that the apostles and the elders have put us in the best position to win. You know, we're not known. We're not out there. You know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't pick us out unless you watch our videos, you know, and know us by face. You wouldn't be able to pick us out amongst Jake. We ain't wearing our fringes out in public, at work, you know. We blend in, all right? But our mental, all right? Our mental is with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai at all times, okay? It says, verse 16 again, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, all right, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. Daily, you're constantly renewed in the spirit, man. Because again, that's what's gonna get us through this thing. You know, the truth ain't popular. I'm talking about the cold hard truth. Now, if you are one of them, a part of them groups that want to marry this knowledge with the world and want to be a part of the world and be partakers of this world, that's not the way to go. All right. Because this, when you truly serving Yahweh Shai, man, it's not popular. Okay? It's not the PC way. You know? It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Okay? And that's going to be made manifest before we leave Babylon the Great. Lord will we be a part of that number of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's elect. All right? Right now is the time to go through the suffering, the mental strains on your mind. Now is that time. Okay? And to maintain yourself in Yahweh Shai. Okay? By staying close to these waters. Okay? It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal. All this shit is temporal. And you got, again, a lot of these groups with WFI being the flavor of the week. You know, the flavor of the past 2 weeks. Well, really, they ain't even a flavor. They just a dish. You know, that everybody just passing around. Man, look at it. To try that. It don't taste good. You know? Trying to, especially their leader, trying to put themselves up on a pedestal, you know, in this world. Okay? This world is temporal, man. This world is getting ready to change abruptly. All right? This whole, the continent is being surrounded by these troops. Okay? For when this thing jumps off. Okay? This way of life is temporal. This ain't it. Okay? It says, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Which the things that are not seen is the things that's written in this book for the children of Israel. All right? Through Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Most High. And this is where our faith lies. Okay? If you're not rooted and grounded on Yahweh Shai, you're not going to make it about this thing, man. You know? So, you know, through the Spirit, man, just remember to constantly keep your inner man strengthened. All right? This is what's going to get us up out of here, man. All this shit we see now is temporary. And literally, any day, which I believe after the Pesach is when the Lord is really going to start changing things up for the worse, all right, for these people, but for the better of us, because this is what we waiting for, man, through the Spirit. So, call halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Lord, will this was edifying, exhorting, as well as comforting to the hopeful elect. Shalom.